How's it going?
Good. We're just missing two other people. Netero at Skywill. Come join us for some D&D. Bam. Alright, message sent. I'm just gonna sip my coffee and wait for them to pop in. We can probably forge ahead a little bit. Last week, you guys had finished doing your town stuff, and we were gonna move on from Athens Rest.
Yeah, we're gonna be heading towards the Corgonard.
Hmm. I should have prepared. I don't have my Corgonard figurine handy. I wonder if he's on the table here somewhere. I'm exploring all of my hidden things, but I don't think so. We'll have to use our imagination a little bit, I guess. Maybe Corgonard could be in disguise.
Grace, can you give me a promotion, please?
I don't have it here. Alright, well, Corgonard is on your airship. You are on your airship. You are traveling to the north from Azith's Rest, right here. And along the way, your spotters on the airship are going to notice something on the road. Alright. You look down from your airship, which is flying high in the sky. Actually, I want to roll some dice for a couple things. Ooh, the weather is pretty bad. So you can see that there's a terrible storm on the horizon as you approach something in the road. There's a bit of a scuffle. There's some dust kicking up. When you approach, there's a bunch of Kank riders, and they seem to be encircling a caravan that is in the road. You recognize the banners of Azith, House Azith, your friendly relation in the Kern region. And this is one of their merchant caravans, and it seems to be currently accosted by a large group of. They don't appear to be raiders necessarily, because they are carrying banners of Uruk, and they seem to be wearing livery like nobles, not your typical raider desert clothing. Like, their clothing is all spotless. Like, they're in military, clean cut, orderly ranked files, and they're not attacking aggressively. They are instead parleying with the merchant caravan, which has a defensive posture, but they're listening to what the other group is saying. You're too far away to overhear any of this from the distance you're at, though.
Have they noticed us?
That's the other roll I need to make, aside from the weather, is the perception of the groups here. They rolled a nat 1, and they're too busy talking to each other to notice the airship. Maybe the storm on the opposite horizon is more attractive to their eye. But for whatever reason, they have not spotted you. You are very high up, though. You're probably easily mistaken for a rock or something, large bird.
Do we want to send our spy to listen to what they're saying?
Your two best spies are unavailable right now. Orin, sleeping in the hold, and Ring Sight, currently in dream meditation and cannot be awoken. That dreamstone of his, it seems to be addictive. He keeps going into the dream.
Do they have a fire over there?
It is nighttime. They do have torches and other illumination down there. The merchant caravan, it's a pretty large affair. It's one of those jumbo ultra carriers. It's like way bigger than a regular sized wagon. It's pulled by multiple mecha lots, and so they have torches to light the surrounding area. So the whole road surrounding the two groups is all lit up pretty well. Maybe the back rows of the Urakite group might be in the shadows.
Is this power the long?
Yes.
What are you thinking?
Pilot. You get me a promotion.
He wants a promotion.
Oh, promotion.
Thank you.
What do you think about a earthquake?
That would get the job done.
Wait, what were you earthquaking on?
That'll solve the problem.
You keep
thought we
looking
were
for an
just
excuse to
playing
use
Big
that.
I know. Hey, I've learned it, so you know. Want to go and talk to them?
To these tax collectors?
They seem
There's
to
some
be...
Urkites surrounding this caravan, and they're having a parley.
I think if we earthquake them, they'll destroy the caravan. Or risk it, at least.
No, I know.
I don't think it's a good idea.
Firestorm? No, meteors?
Is Firestorm also kind of random? I don't remember that spell.
No,
I know
no.
you used it like once.
It's what's it? I think like 7 or 10 targets. And yeah, it's like a targeted fireball, or a really big scorch ray, I guess. No, I don't. We don't have to attack them, but we can go and see if we can assist them.
Hello.
Hello, hello. Welcome.
Hey, girl.
Now we're only missing one.
Oh, Taro.
Clean-cut, orderly rank. Stream is delayed a little bit, but seems to be running well.
Why are there Urkite tax collectors this far north?
Well, this is where the merchant caravans are. You gotta hunt where the animals are, they say.
I would assume they would collect taxes in their own city if the merchants go through their city, but okay.
The hurricanes are pretty far from home.
That's true. Urik is very far.
And where's the intervening in this area, in this part of the world? Well, maybe that if we go and talk with them, we can have some of those answers.
Okay, we're gonna fly down the carpet and talk with them, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go. We'll take our sleepy tarot with us.
Oh right, I was doing sleep fairies.
Sorry, I'm looking at my notes for a particular thing. You'll have to bear with me for a moment.
Smoking
Strategize.
too much ganja.
It's been a while since I wrote all these notes. Multiple weeks ago. Alright, I'll use Control F to find the Uruk note. Is this the one? Tax collectors. This is it. I found it. Alright, so here you are. You're on your large flying carpet. You descend from a great height on your dreadnought airship. You fly down to ground level. Hang on. Let me kick up my my fan speed here to make sure my keyboard doesn't overheat. It already feels warm to my hand as I type.
Is House Azus one of the neutral merchant houses?
Yeah, they're the friendly one. The city you just rescued, they were the merchant house that was in charge of that town back there.
Okay.
They are the merchant house associated with the Kern region. And you're headed towards the capital, which is Old Kern.
Mm-hmm.
So they basically have a couple cities that you know of. Alright, so you arrive on your flying carpet, and everybody here is going to suddenly notice your arrival. The war party of tax collectors, they take up their weapons to show that they are ready, but they don't lash out and attack. They have a herald who is going to call out to you and say, "You there, who has descended from the sky, state your business."
We are curious adventurers making our way up here, and we just saved Azith's Rest. What business have you with the caravan of Azith? Why are you stopping them?
Safe from what? What has befallen Azith's Rest?
There was unsightly monsters like undead and half giants attacking them with a sorcerer of some kind. A defiler.
A defiler, you say, and undead. Then you have done well. All
They
right.
came from the glowing desert. You know anything about them in the glowing desert?
A terrible place to the northwest. You should avoid it if you can. Our
Truly
business is
noted.
to collect taxes for Uruk. These traders owe a fair share to Uruk, to the mighty Hamanu. So far, the merchants have kept quiet.
Why do they owe taxes to Uruk when they are doing business not in Uruk?
All right, let's see. How should the herald respond to that? Not well.
Sincere reflection, consideration.
The herald considers for a moment, and he says, "The realm of Hamanu is endless. Wherever he deems worthy, his heralds shall strike out in his name. We do as we are commanded by Her Grace, Lady Sesti of Uruk."
What's the name of the big bad guy who lives in the sea who everyone has to sacrifice slaves to?
The dragon?
Boris, the
Thing is,
dragon?
Yeah, Boris. Why isn't he taxing Boris?
I mean, most people aren't going to know the dragon by name. It's
Oh,
a legend, a myth, a thing kept at bay by the Sorcerer Kings.
okay. Does he know that there's a giant, spooky dragon out there, though?
Nope.
Okay. And why doesn't he go tax Dibonais?
The Sorcerer King of Nibene would forbid it.
What? Oh, I thought he owned the world. Did he not?
There is an agreement among the Sorcerer Kings not to intervene in each other's lands and holdings.
I thought he owned the world. How does that work?
Ah, that which is unclaimed belongs to Hamanu.
Okay, we
Isn't-
claim this.
Isn't there a sorcerer king up in Elderic that claims this area though?
The sorcerer king of Eldarich is a recluse. He will not bother us.
So even
What
though
if
he
I told
claims
you
this
I work
land,
for
you just abuse his land?
He does not claim this land. The reclusive sorcerer king of Eldarich claims an island in the Silt Sea, better defended than here. This is far too open for one such as him. Mighty as he is reputed to be paranoid.
Heaven forfend. Or I guess elementals, perfect, whatever.
The merchants present a chest of silver coins, and
I don't like this guy, if you couldn't tell.
the herald
The Herald?
The herald is going to accept the chest from the merchants and say, "You have done well to pay Hamanu's tax. You will be protected in the future by those of us who are loyal to the great lord Hamanu." The merchant nods and says, "Are we free to go then?" And the tax collector says, Aye, continue on your business. We wish you well." The Kank riders are going to move away from the road to allow them to pass. Oh wait, this is the caravan. Yeah. So the Urakites, they're gonna move aside.
Yeah, if they're willing to pay the weird tax, then whatever, that's their choice.
Extortion.
The merchants are going to approach you and say, "You, traveler, you come from the south. What word of Azith's Rest? You spoke of an attack by a defiler. We are concerned. Have you dealt with it?"
Yeah.
Yes, indeed, we dealt with it. Most of their forces were crushed, and the defiler Dennis, Densis, he ended up teleporting off after we crushed most of his forces.
Then you are heroes, and you have our thanks.
Are you heading down that way?
Yes, we are returning home.
The front gate's a little battered, but the rest of the town is pretty unscathed.
All right. He nods.
This kind of extortion from Urig, is this an occasional thing, or has this been happening lately, or has this always been like this?
This has happened before. It is infrequent. Some of us hazard a guess that maybe they just need drinking money and they're just living on what they can take from us until the next time, some months later.
Do you know where they hide? Where they heading for after these?
Oh yes, it is well known. The Urakites, they have an oasis. It is known as Wrath. Wrath is on the map here.
Over here.
I'm gonna have to get rid of this one. Hold on.
They're
Do they have many troops out there?
Headquarters is in the Golden Desert. That's weird.
Alright, how do I do this? Control. Control is Dragon Box. I'm trying to grab the
Do they-
figurines
I want to ask these guys, do they actually offer any real protection after you pay them taxes, or are they just lying out their ass about the protection?
The merchants say, "We have not seen them protect us from anything yet."
So why
What's
do you
something
continue
considered
to pay
threatening?
tax?
What's something considered threatening in Dark Sun that's like, I don't know, like 5 feet tall?
I mean, any of the regular medium-sized creatures.
Like an animal or something.
Kank is larger. Now, what is that thing that can't think of the name of it. I'm gonna look at my images here.
I feel that would be a good place where we could do our earthquake.
Wrath.
Silt runners are very small. You want something bigger than that. Arakakra is medium size.
I'll note this for later.
A Zatal is medium size, or like a blue-skinned reptilian kind of creature.
I'm just scheming an illusion.
What's the herald's name?
You asked the herald his name. His name is Galen. He is a bard. He speaks for Lady Sesti. He offers a very zesty bow and sets off some Gleeman's fireworks and does a little jester dance.
Does Lady Sesti or Hamanu himself know you're out in Wrath?
He
Rather
nods.
than
He nods
bringing the
emphatically
taxes-
and says, "Oh yes, Lady Sesti proclaims that Hamanu himself spoke with her and sent her on this most important mission."
Isn't Lady Sesti one of the like fearsome people that's in like Ravage or something?
She is the Bandit Lord of Wrath.
Oh, Wrath.
Why that? Why that one?
And then we met one of the slaves in there that got captured, and they were pretending to be a Urukite tax collector as well.
Well, that's what they said. They always say they're a tax collector. Any of the Urukites that were in her band. That's their stated mission. That's what Lady Sesti tells them.
I'm gonna try something actually. Who's like the most powerful person I know who's next to Harmanu?
I don't
If,
know.
like in authority.
Are any of them alive? Aren't all the Templars that you dealt with dead? Like that whole party of enemy Templars? A couple of them survived, maybe. I don't know.
Does trying to contact the Sorcerer King like kill you?
I think most of the time you can't contact Sorcerer Kings directly
Yeah.
He'd probably have protections against it.
because they
Against
usually
Scry.
have like
Yeah.
psychic wards in their head.
True.
I'm just gonna try to contact some guy, someone in charge around there.
Kind of need to know them anyways to be able to.
I think Hamanu would like to know about people trying to falsely use his name to steal money on.
Yeah, because this don't make any sense. I'm not buying it.
I say after we're done, we just go to Rat and destroy it. Solve that problem.
I'm casting Sending Spell.
We should get rid of all the threats from the region.
Let's say with which you are familiar, so I'll just have to try and guess.
I bet they have a little bit of treasure if they've been collecting gold from merchants in all these years.
Yeah, if you earthquake it, all the treasure will fall in the crevices.
Well, it has unlimited
Oh, yeah.
range, so a 25 word or less word message to Hamanu.
Sending?
I question it. Okay, let's not start it like that.
Familiar doesn't necessarily mean you know them. You just know of them, so I guess it works.
It's
Why
fine.
would he even try to do that? Umano hates us.
It's true.
True, but he also hates everyone else, and we could
Yeah,
use
and if
that.
he knew where we were, he would probably try to kill us right now.
I mean, that's free stuff if you ask me.
I don't know.
I
I
think
wouldn't be
I'll just tell
testing
them
a
they're
sorcerer king, especially the way you treated us the last time.
Uh,
And what do you think he? Why would you try to? Why do you think he would even listen to you?
I don't think he will. I think I'm fishing a bit here.
And and
I'm curious about the answer.
and you try to do him a favor,
Maybe
but why?
intrigue.
I say we just go and get rid of Rat on our own when we have time.
Hmm.
Uh, you know, trying to give a better reputation to Herrick. What was the goal of that?
I mean, the goal is more like because we, if I can like talk to, I guess I could just reach into their brain, but that's more difficult. If I can like call them out with like certainty, it'd be hilarious.
I say we just use some classical brute force on them. Teach
Well,
them
I
a
put all
lesson.
my points in the truth finding, so I'm gonna do it.
All right. So what's your message?
Oh.
It's got to be 25 words or less.
I will type it.
This could be interesting. I've got some ideas.
I hope he replies you by zapping your brain.
What's the name of the region we're in again?
Kern. Kurn. Kern. War Templars of Uruk, Urukite troops, Urukite assassins, and the mighty Urukite tax collector. Looking burly with his big axe. That's a big mole.
There we go.
Alright. An agent known as Wrath claims Harmanu demands taxes from those under the Sorcerer King of Kern. Is this correct, or is Harmanu besmirched? Wow. Well, that's going to confuse him. Okay. Roll a wisdom save.
Oh. I accept the consequences. Yeah, try to help people out in this universe.
Almost. I think it's exclamation point.
Yay.
Oh, 24.
Ah, 24. Too bad this is a Sorcerer King spell, so that DC is going to be like 29. All right, so you have failed to resist the curse. You are now
bastard!
you are now cursed. Your cheek begins to itch, and the itch grows into a pain, and then your cheek splits open, and an eyeball protrudes from the meat of your cheek and begins to look around.
I grab my sword and I slash that eyeball.
Oh, you slash the eyeball.
Yep.
All right, roll the hit.
You bastard!
Teach you a lesson.
Critical failure.
All right, roll some damage for me, please.
Sorry, what happened?
He's hitting you in the face instead of just cutting the eyeball in your cheek.
21 damage.
Holy shit!
Taro, you just got chopped in the face. The eyeball's gone, but so is a big chunk of your cheek.
Oh! I cured the curse.
Well,
You fool!
maybe
Look what
Hamanu
you've
just
made me do.
maybe Hamanu just wanted to look around.
Could I have responded to that with like anything, like a shield spell or something?
Um. Nah, I think the saving throw is the only way.
No,
I
I
think he
mean
meant the attack
just
to
fucking
Groin's attack.
stabbed me.
Um.
It's critical fail, so it's more like up to Ninja what happens.
Tell you what, roll a dex save. Roll a dex save. DC 21.
Oh, I forgot my. Oh, well, I fail. I forgot my special armor. My cloak of the ninja is off.
Oh,
Well, I was gonna say if you were dexterous, you could possibly lean out of the way to avoid the damage. But a fail's a fail.
Well,
that's okay. I can heal you. I guess I could have probably cast the remove curse, but that was
Yeah,
more
that was-
entertaining.
yeah, you could have.
That was the other way.
That was also an option that you had that you chose not to use.
Listen, I was scared I had to act.
I don't believe you.
I told you not to contact a sorcerer king that wants our death, and you still did it.
I wonder if he saw what he wanted to.
The eye opened for a minute. He probably got a glance. A glimpse. He probably saw the Urukite company, the tax collectors. That might be enough for him to gain a little information. They do.
Well,
Does-
I'm gonna go
does
nurse
Milani
my
respond with
horrible
25
gaping
words?
wound.
Nurse your wound. Indeed. All right, the tax collectors
Manu
take their
doesn't
chest
I'm
of
gonna-
silver and move to the
I'm gonna
northwest.
cast a heal here.
They're gonna return a
Oh,
wrath
come on,
over there.
come on. What is my roll? I heard you. I healed you for 28. You're fully back together.
And the merchants are gonna head home to Azeth Rest.
Why are we getting ourselves involved with this?
All right, now I need to open up the Dreadnought page because we gotta make
Maybe
some
helping
rolls.
helping clear Urk's name would get us some favor and in some way help unite more sorcerer kings to deal with worse.
There's no point of trying to negotiate with a Hurrik. He's a savage.
I thought he
Yeah,
was
yeah, the
like
kind of guy who would
being
scar your eye.
warrior.
Very savage indeed.
He hates us too much. He knows that he cannot trust us. He would be a strong ally, but I don't think he's the type to negotiate. The only reason why we have some sort of a relationship with Nibene is because we saved him in his city. And that's if we can truly trust him.
So, there's a situation looming on the horizon, and it's coming ever closer every minute. Massive sandstorm. So, what are you gonna do?
Do we want to land the ship and protect it?
Sounds smart.
You're
What's
in a
our protocol then?
wide open plain. There's nothing that you could anchor against, no big rocks, no mountains.
Do you have who has a spell to control the weather to bring it down a bit?
I do.
We
Yeah.
should probably use that then.
Yeah, I'm gonna start casting it as soon as I see the storm brewing.
All right.
And that'll protect us.
And make it go from a storm to a gale instead. And I don't. It's
It'll
not
be windy,
like
but
precipitating, so yeah.
All right. I think you have plenty of time before the storm hits, so you can reduce its power.
Yeah, we can keep on going and just use it as soon as we need it, truly.
Your
The
crew is
spell
going to
very
roll to try to batten down the rigging and the sails in advance of the storm hitting.
The
And
spell's gonna take 20 minutes to take effect to calm down the.
Can I get a bardic inspiration for our crew? Or a song?
did you
I
hire
do
a
have a
bard?
bard now. Yeah, we just hired a bard. That's one of the only thing we did last week.
True. Hired a bard. Oh yeah, I gave her a name too. Candace the Bard, level 3. All right.
Yep.
All right. So you
Well,
have
now
Candace.
I'm.
Yeah.
You leave me no choice to envision them as the redhead from Phineas and Ferb.
So she will encourage you. She does some cheerleader dances. Grey Morn, he's our man. If he can't do it, no one can.
Why did they say it like that? He can't do it, no one can.
Going into a storm, the crew's morale is tested. Roll a charisma persuasion check, Captain Greymorn.
Probably what we're doing.
Nah, I don't do that. I'm gonna ask for a ringside to do that.
Sorry, to make what check?
Ringside, go and motivate them.
You have to say the line, though. You have to say, I'm the captain now.
What's that line from?
What's that movie called? Captain Son is about when the ship got hijacked by pirates. And the pirate says, I am the captain now.
Alright, fine. I am now your captain.
All right,
Abide my orders, and we will sail through this gale like a breeze.
you do have a higher
I'm gonna-
charisma check anyway, so.
Yeah, and
Probably
I'm gonna
work
give you
out.
a. I am going to give you some guidance.
Okay, stacking check. Let's go. Do.
With a D4.
Do. Which number am I looking for? Yeah, no, I refuse.
Your sailing master is a Veiled Alliance member,
Are you freaking serious?
and they are going to roll an int navigation check to pilot the
You
ship.
got a D. You got a D4 as well.
I not won twice.
Wow. Okay, so let's see. I rolled
He gets a 16.
a 12 on the sail check, and he's got a 16 on the morale check. I actually rolled a nat 1, which is a 6 on the rigging.
Alright.
So unfortunately, when the gale force winds hit the rigging, some of it comes loose. That's going to cause an injury. Heliod gets hit by a swinging mass that does 18 damage to him. And a couple other people are going to roll dex checks to avoid falling. They both fail, and it's not so bad. 6 and 18. They're both going to survive. One of your ballista operators has taken a pretty nasty injury to his leg, though. And one of your carpenters has bumped his head, but it's not bad.
I'm gonna do medical checks on him.
Alright. The storm batters the ship, but due to everybody's efforts, it's not a complete disaster. You've saved the ship from taking damage. Some of the crew got injured a little bit.
I got a 27 on medical on the guy with the broken leg.
Okay. Yeah, with a splint, some healing, he'll be alright. His injuries are not critical. And he can still
What do you
fire
think-
his ballista despite the broken leg.
And he has a 18 damage though, huh?
Yeah. He took a nasty
I'm
hit.
not doing well.
I'm gonna give him small heal here. Uh, 16.
Alright,
Give him back 16 of his health.
so he's only got a little bit of a bruise on his leg now. Everything works the way it should.
Learn from this lesson.
He smiles with appreciation and he says, I need to practice my agility. I wouldn't have taken that fall from the rigging otherwise.
Next time you might be thrown off the board.
Oh, you mean overboard?
Yeah,
Alright.
thrown overboard.
The storm causes a delay, so you don't make a lot of distance during your travels during the night. And as morning approaches, you're getting ready to make camp. And while you're making camp, some of your lookouts are going to point out on the horizon and they're going to say, I see some movement in the skies. I think I see something flying towards the coast.
Prepare the ballista. Pointed to the direction of those things.
Alright. So this is in the morning, the sun is up, and it's getting really hot. Your people, they load the ballista. The flying creatures pay the ship no interest and they continue flying eastward, past the road and off into the distance towards the Silt Sea. So they're still out there in that direction, but they do not approach.
Are they like animals going out to hunt or what?
The Arakakra are a sentient race in the region. They have a city, Winter's Nest, to the west.
Mm.
I want to go visit that city.
We're gonna go after Kern. We gotta deal with that first, and we'll be able to do whatever we want in the region.
So
I need to go in the mountains too. And there's something I'm looking for out there from a legend.
So while you're camped here, you have the option to take your flying carpet and to go talk to the Arakakra if you wanted to.
I'm gonna do that.
You wanna do that?
Yes.
I'm gonna stay on ship and look after the wounds of the wounded.
All right. Is anybody else going? Morg.
I will attend ringside so he doesn't get himself any more trouble.
All right. So
Thank you.
the two of you approach the Arakakra party on your flying carpet. The Arakakra hunting party consists of about a dozen Arakakra. That's a fairly ugly representation there. I got a different image for the Arakakra that is a little brighter. This group here, I think they're called the Silver Wings, and they're a little more brightly colored. So I'm gonna drop that in the Discord and put it on stream so everyone can see it. But these Arakakra, they don't look as gnarly as the other ones you've encountered. The other tribe were very vulture-like and dark-feathered. But these ones have some bright feathers, and they're carrying really unusual weaponry. So they have sticks, and let's say they're hunting currently. So you can observe their behavior a little bit. The Arakakra will fly in from a great height in a dive. and they're holding a stick with their feet, and at the center point of the stick, there's a rope, and dangling from that rope is a big piece of obsidian. And so the Arakakra is creating a big arc, and it swoops down towards the Silt Sea, and it swings that rock down under it, and it clobbers a creature that it spots down there and obliterates it with the rock. And then it rolls
Oh,
up its
God.
it rolls up its rock, and then it'll snatch up whatever meaty chunks it can out of the silt, and it'll fly back to shore.
They turned them into seagulls.
All right. So some of the Arakakra notice you approach, and they're going to stop hunting, and they're going to sort of hover in a group defensively and screech at you.
Establish telepathic communications.
All right. You telepathically communicate with the lead Arakakra. What are you going to say?
I'll be fancy about it again. Greetings, brother of the air.
Do you currently have your wings? Are you flapping your wings?
Yes.
All right. You are transformed. You are a winged Terran, which is a little unusual. The Arakakra says, "Smooth, brother. Strange looking. No feathers. Some disease?"
No, most of my kind don't have wings. I'm different.
Featherless. Featherless. Looks weak. Can you hunt?
I'm fairly certain I can. What are you guys doing out here, anyway?
Gather food for tribe. Winter nest. Eat well tonight.
That's good. What have you lot been doing before that?
Do much. Travel far. Back forth. Silt sea, winter nest. Silt sea, winter nest. Sometimes be chased. Eldarik. Danger, much danger.
I like you. You guys are cool.
What is Elderic? What are they chasing you?
They send the mental image. War! The Avians are at war with the Elderic Sorcerer King. He's declared war on them, and they hunt the Arakakra.
Okay, now I'm immediately suspicious.
Oh, I thought the Urukite people said they don't come out that far out of their island.
The Arakakra, like, did you say that to them?
We heard
Did I
from
say-
a group of people from Wrath that Elderic doesn't leave their island.
All right. The Arakakra nods. The Arakakra says, "Best hunting grounds, ancient hunting grounds, islands, much food near islands. Elderic, hoard all of best hunting grounds."
Okay, so you guys are fighting over the hunting ground. Have you guys not considered hunting slightly elsewhere, or is it too slim pickings everywhere else?
He's going to think about it for a second and say, "In past, hunted to west, but west was dangerous. Many troll. Undead troll, very dangerous."
How many is many?
His mental image is of countless trolls, like an endless horde. A troll
You
is
guys
bad
have
enough,
any
but a
magic?
zombie troll, that's really nasty.
You guys have any magic on you?
He shakes his head.
Any of your people at all, anyway?
He thinks about it. Says, shaman. Shaman have magic from Earth.
Earth. Hey, do I know about the whole troll and fire thing? Is that like common knowledge?
No, you've never seen a troll. They're extinct.
Dang it. Can I make a check to know?
Nope. You've never encountered a troll.
Oh,
You've never met anybody who's encountered a troll. This is a completely unique to this region monster.
I don't even know what a troll is. Then he's just saying words.
Oh yeah, well he's telling you there are dangerous undead monsters, and he has named those undead monsters troll. So you now know of a type of undead called the troll that is very dangerous.
Hmm. Uh, just a question. What are the Eldereek like?
Ah, well, let's see here, Elderic. To my notes. All right, so the Arakakra are going to tell you about the Elderic attack party. They came on a great vessel, a thing made of wood and cloth and rope. It was a huge thing, bristling with half giants and Templars that threw foul magic. There were many soldiers that carried great spears, copper tipped.
Wait, hold that thought. Do you have another name for the Eldereek?
Eldarican?
These just Urukites. These just Urukite soldiers.
No, no, this is a completely unique faction. He tells you they also capture many Arakakra using bolas. They have these big war bolas that they throw. They're like half giant war bolas that can snare a Arakakra quite easily. So whenever they see one of these war skiffs, they try to avoid it. They patrol the waters that they were saying are the best hunting grounds. So Elderic apparently has quite the navy surrounding its island.
Tell you what, right now, I am very predisposed to helping you all with your problem here along the way to dealing with our own
No
issues, and I
problem.
think we could help each other out a bit.
No problem. We hunt here. We hunt here
Yeah, but
instead of
isn't that other
there.
guy? Sorry.
We hunt here instead of there. No problem.
He's moved.
So he's saying, like, if you look at the stream, I'll move his token over towards this town here. This is Southgard, and so the best hunting grounds are in this little area surrounding the lesser islands in between the coast and the island of Elderic. There's like a lesser island and some bridges in the town of Southgard, and he's described the best hunting grounds in the shallows here, but that's where the Navy patrols as well. And so they go this far, they travel from Winter's Nest to here, where there's an inlet where the Silt Sea comes deep into the inland near the road, and they'll do their hunting here, but it's not as good. But they're doing all right. It's not worth it to contest with the entire army and navy of Elderic, so they don't bother. They just flee when they have to. But
Okay,
I mean,
yeah, that was kind of my question. If they just hunted anywhere else other than the best spot, like if that was fine, which they're doing okay.
they're doing okay.
Do you have any problems then?
Well, they have described their two main concerns: the trolls to the west and the Elderic army to the east. And they're smack dab
Do
in
the
the middle of
trolls
that.
ever? Do the trolls ever like venture towards your winter's nest where you said you bring your food back to? Do they bother you guys?
Troll Grave Chasm. Great rift in earth. Terrible destruction. Rift in earth extend far. Extend close to winter's nest. Sometimes roaming troll come out from Trollgrave Chasm.
How do you stop them?
Well, the same way they deal with everything else, they fly away.
All right.
They
That's
all
fine.
they all cackle in a very bird-like way and flap their wings and say, "Troll cannot fly."
Your people have never killed the troll?
Very dangerous.
Hey guys, I wanna help these guys. I like these guys. These guys are cool. Let's check out this troll chasm. I'm interested in general.
The
Wait, weren't trolls one of the races who got like exterminated?
yes,
Who did that one?
somebody.
This unknown sorcerer king.
Yeah, one of those sorcerer kings did it.
Are these trolls intelligent creatures? Do they build things like your little tool stick rock?
We build these.
Yeah, but did the trolls build anything?
No. Mindless
Like,
undead, very dangerous.
Yeah, okay. I was like wondering if they built ladders to get out of the chasm to come up to your guys' nest.
Oh, by the way, I'm gonna do a magic trick for them. I'm gonna juggle my. I'm gonna use telekinesis to make an object float.
So the Arakakra don't know this, but it was actually Hamanu who did the damage. So you were saying that Hamanu's reach doesn't extend out this far, but it definitely does.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
lied. You're a liar.
I thought maybe he like did the damage and then moved, and now he's not over there anymore.
Yeah, well, he came here to exterminate the trolls, and then he went home.
You lied.
So Korganard,
So-
Korganard knows this. This is information that he could pass along to you. The legends in the region are that Hamanu destroyed it. But the Arakakra don't know that.
Mm.
They have a very
Well, thank
carefree
you,
but
never-
simple society.
They've never actually fought and killed one of the undead trolls, and they just know they're dangerous, and the only way that they deal with them is flying away. Then I'm also kind of wary about attacking them, at least head on.
And back in the previous town, they had magic items that were specific for dealing with the kind of necrotic damage that the undead trolls do with their claw attacks. So that's another thing that you'd be aware of. They have a special kind of damage they do with their hits. It's not just physical.
I can't remember if the people of that town said they ever do any like ranged, like combat.
Pretty
They-
much
Oh, by the way-
everybody avoids the Trollgrave Chasm. It's like a radioactive zone. So not too many
Are
people
they
know much.
Are they impressed by my magic tricks?
There are many scions. Among the Arakakra, most of them have, at least a little bit of psionics, because communication's pretty hard for a person with a beak with most other races. But they do trade with the other races, so I think a lot of them do have basic telepathy.
Fair enough. What was I about to say? Would they? I can't really ask them to join tier. Hey, join the Empire. And what do we receive for this? Do they make anything like unique over here?
Oh, of course. Are you asking them directly?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, there's my question.
They are going to describe several things. So, among them, they're going to have examples of these items. I'm going to put them in the Discord just because reading it's probably easier than me just describing it. But I'll do that too. So, they have totems that resist magic. They have an item called a hoe catch, which is a 6-foot-long pole with 2 small razor-sharp bone blades attached to the end. They have a papix, which is a psionically hardened obsidian bar with a rope and handle attached. That's what I described earlier. They have a gorkath, which is a short knife, which the Winter Nest Arakocra use in their defiler castrating rites. Boy, that sounds gnarly.
I'm sorry, what?
Defiler castrating rites. Then you have the basum, a 2-foot-long bone pole attached
okay.
to a handle and has its tip sharpened.
Sorry, I misunderstood you. I thought you said defiler casting rights.
No. Defiler castrating rites. When they catch a
That's-
defiler, they cut their genitals so that they can't procreate because they might carry the evil gene.
I don't think that's how that works, but you do you.
That's how they believe it. That's their superstition. And they also have a capuchin, which is a curved knife with attached teeth of various monsters. Owning one is a sign of status, and the leader that you're talking to psionically is in possession of such a capuchin, a very fancy bladed weapon. All of these are weird double weapons that do a primary damage, and then as a bonus action, they do the little bit of secondary damage.
Intriguing.
But most interesting is their totem. Their totem magic is pretty strong and resists pretty much anything psionic, sorcery, magic, elemental stuff, whatever. Magic resist, flat out. Powerful totem magic.
That's pretty sweet. I might buy one of those.
You need to recharge it by sacrificing vermin to it.
Yep.
Okay, slightly creepy, but I've seen worse. Seems slightly defiling, but it's also cool, so I want to keep it.
Well, it's a magic item that's powered by creatures that they've hunted and killed. That's sort of like their food supply. They hunt little vermin creatures.
Let me just give them like 44 gold.
All right.
There's
You want
a
to
special
buy?
way to sacrifice things to them. Like how do you sacrifice them? You like stab them with a knife and then like smush the totem into it.
Yeah, you gotta like kill something and drain its blood onto the totem to power it. It's a blood-stained totem.
Yeah.
And so have you traded with me, so too shall I trade with you, of a different sort, like the winged elephant.
Are you gonna tell them about your god?
Evangelism time.
All right. You want to make a roll for it? Charisma, persuasion, or possibly a religion check if you prefer.
I'll do persuasion. It can't go worse than last time.
We've had a rough night of rolls. All right, 25 is a good roll. 25 is just
Wait, hold
fine.
on.
I think with a 25, you're able to convey.
Luck.
With a 31, you're able to convey all of the tenets of the winged elephant pretty well. They're going to nod in agreement with many of those tenets. They believe in flying and freedom. So they're going to squawk at each other and flap their wings in happiness at the idea that there is a god of flying creatures such as themselves. They don't know. They don't know what the hell an elephant is. They just imagine that it's a fancy word for a big golden arakocra, maybe.
No one really knows. It's a very strange thing. It's powerful as well, and he's gonna rise up soon. Don't worry.
All right.
I like the idea that because no one knows what an elephant like properly is, like if the winged if slash when the winged elephant comes back, he's just this chimera thing, like no consistency whatsoever.
The mishmash of flying creatures jammed together.
And an elephant already is like it looks like a creature that'd be a chimera. It looks made up.
All right. Well, the Oricocra have finished hunting, and they gather up all of the meat from the silt.
Oh wait, sorry, I almost forgot. I wanted one of their little status knives.
They hunt lesser silt horrors, like the little grubs, little baby ones. And so they're going to stuff all those into their nets and get ready to make the long journey back to Winter's Nest with their fresh kill.
Can I make a hunting check with them? Was it
Sure.
perception
Hunting check. I don't think that's
or
a thing.
survival?
Yeah, you can make a survival check.
18.
18. You only managed to catch one of the immature silt horrors. It's a thrashing tentacled thing with a nasty toothy maw at the heart of it.
I asked them if they would like to add this to their haul.
Ah, yes. The Arakakra grasps it with its taloned fingers and breaks its neck. And stuffs it into a bag.
Ah yes, bribery.
It nods in thanks and says, "You hunt well, two-legged one."
Yes, we would like to join you in your nest sometime for a visit to see other things that you sell. But for now, I believe we should return to our voyage up to Kern.
Indeed, he's correct.
Our chieftain, the mighty Big Bird, would love to meet you when you travel to the west.
I actively refuse to laugh.
This is Big Bird yellow and like to sing songs.
No, obviously he's white with silver wings and blue tips. But he is very big. He is a big bird. This is like the telepathic translation in your head, so he's sending
Wait a second.
fairly
You
basic concepts of a bird that is large.
you described him as like golden, like the winged elephant in the breast is a golden alacacra. Biggest bird.
Golden as in, like, glowing with energy, like a god should.
Oh. I want biggest bird.
Not like yellow feathered. Alright, so the Arakakra are going to thank you for the kind gesture and the trade, and they're going to return to Winter's Nest with their riches. They can probably trade with the halflings using some of this gold to get something good.
That was nice. I liked this interaction.
Yeah, it
Usually I have to try to make them not bastards.
wasn't a horrible combat.
It's much better than getting cursed and eyeballs put on your face, for sure.
Yes, this is true.
I don't know. That could have been interesting, running around with an extra eyeball on your shoulder. I don't know. It was under.
I thought
under
like
face.
what my eyeball just like misplaced itself.
No. It was like there's an anime, Jujutsu Kaisen, I think it is.
Yeah.
Where when he's demon possessed, an eyeball opens up on his cheek. I was sort of referencing that. But instead of a demon, it's Hamanu peeking through your face as a cursed eye.
But a dingus. You could have asked, you know.
Well, who knows how far that curse would have progressed had you not stopped it. It might have gone beyond just an eyeball. He might have wanted some other senses.
I need those senses.
You could have grown an extra nose on your butt.
No, you can't have them. They belong to me.
Alright, so you return to the airship, and after a night of rest and relaxation, everybody consumes a meal. Use some rations if you gotta. gonna mark in the ship that some stuff got consumed.
We're heading to. We're gonna be into at our destination probably. Yeah, pretty soon.
Soon, yeah, very soon.
I'll make a Eros feast for the group.
Da, 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 da.
All
I
right.
mean, we do not use the ration.
Yum yum yum.
Let's see.
It tastes like health.
You got a crew of 23 now. So they're gonna eat
Plus 10.
40. 46 pounds of food and 24 gallons of water from the food supply and drink supply that you have on the airship, but you have plenty to spare. And the next day there's fair weather. It's still windy, but it's not bad enough to cause any kind of delay. So throughout the day you're traveling across the open plains. And at one point, you're going to see that the great road that you're following snakes off to the east. So you assume this must be the road to Southgard, which leads to Elderic. And there are signs here. They're not written in a language so much as they are a obvious warning, like there are wooden constructions that have great wheels made of wood on them that are covered with bodies of Arakakra and men and Mole in various states of dismemberment and decay. Clearly these are warning signs not to enter this area, that it is like a death sentence to pass this point into the Elderic territory. They want everybody to know this is a no man's land, this is a dead zone, and if you enter our kingdom, you are kill on sight. So
The GTFO sign.
these towers of obvious murder indicate not to go this way. All right.
Interesting. Arcane Eye.
Oh, it's far too far. You're already traveling to Kern.
Okay, fine.
All right. So, Kern. You arrive in a new city. I'm going to move some of these figurines. Grab the board, which I have here. For you have arrived in Old Kern. Look at this. Look at this fancy city. I'm going to make it
I'm
bigger.
looking at something fancy, but it's an Intel logo.
I'm getting the advertisement. Did you hear that Intel belongs to the government now? They have a 10% stake.
Yeah, yes.
Oh my god, I can't believe I hit the wrong button there.
I'm 23 and I'm tired.
Nobody
Government
buys
owns a
Intel
lot of
anyways.
Sorry, I had to rewind. My bad.
What is
It's
going
a bit
on?
annoying having learned that communism is evil my entire life. Is like, it's laissez-faire capitalism. Well, I mean, yeah, we can put that to the side for a second. No, I'm getting distracted.
Okay, I meant to hit the plus, but I hit
Typo,
delete by accident.
You bastard! What have you done?
Accidents happen. And then lock. Alright.
No,
I'm
I
gonna-
refuse this.
I'm gonna zoom in a little bit so we can get a good view of the city as you approach. Alright, from a distance, here's what you see. Beyond the imposing walls of Old Kern lies a verdant oasis, a rare jewel in the scorched Athasian desert, where palm trees sway over crystal clear waters fed by ancient underground springs that defy the defiling magic plaguing the land. Surrounding the oasis are patchwork fields of hardy agafari crops and thorny cacti farms, tended by sun-baked farmers in ragged tunics who irrigate the soil with precious water drawn from the pool. Scattered farmhouses of baked mud and thatch provide shelter for these laborers, often shared among extended families to ward off the night's chill and roaming silt horrors. You can see there are guards
No.
here, but the guards are not watching the people in the field. Instead, they are semi-attentive, looking outward towards the open desert, towards the road for signs of raider attack. The farmers don't seem overly stressed. They don't seem in bad shape. Everybody seems to be well fed and doing their task with a certain amount of energy that you haven't seen in too many other cities around in the tablelands. Normally, people are fairly run down, beaten, and troubled by the sorcerer kings and their tyranny. But here, everybody seems to have a little bit more lightness in their step.
I'm glad to see the town upbeat as it is.
In the distance, you can see some sort of shrine. A simple mound of red clay adorned with carved stone honoring the elemental spirits. So that's at the far side of the town. Well, I guess it would be, let's see, if the bottom right of the image is the south, then the temple I described is the easternmost building that kind of tapers off as it goes to the top of the tower. And the fields I described are on the western side, the left side of the town. If you are headed towards the main gates, they are the southeast corner, where there are two large defensible towers. The walls of Old Kern rise like scarred sentinels from the desert sands, rebuilt from the crumbling remnants of an ancient ruined city whose weathered stones whisper of forgotten epochs before the Sorcerer King's tyranny scorched Athos. These fortifications, patched with fresh adobe and reinforced obsidian spikes, encircle the town in a jagged loop, their heights varying where old foundations gave way to new construction, providing sturdy defense against the tableland's marauding tribes and the attacks of defilers. At the main entrance, there are two massive towers flanking the gate, twin behemoths of stacked stone topped with ballista nests, and guardsmen keeping a sharp watch. The shadowed archway is also guarded by vigilant Templars in chitin armor who scrutinize all who seek entry to the town. You guys are flying in, so you have the option of flying over the wall or trying to just go through the gate. If you fly over the wall, those ballista operators might take offense and fire some shots at you.
No, we should go
Let's
for the gates.
park. Let's be fair.
All right. You descend, you roll up your flying carpet, and you join the gathered travelers approaching the gatehouse. The gates stand open. Travelers and traders are moving in past the watchful eye of a vigilant Templar. When it comes your group's time to enter, the Templar introduces herself as Captain Lyra Voss. She has a shaved head and the golden skin of a mole warrior. The scars on her face indicate that she's seen battle a few times, and she has a psionic tattoo of a third eye that stands out in the center of her forehead, glowing with a subtle kind of psionic energy that you can tell it's a psionic tattoo with a powerful spell in it. She says, "You look like you have come far, traveler. Where do you hail from?"
The city of Tyr.
Tyrians? Ah, yes, your
The
accent.
Temple of Flames.
We have heard that the fire clerics of Tyr are the most powerful.
Yeah, and that is
Hold
my
that
shrine.
thought for just a second. Let me just incite that statement really quick.
All right. DC 15, what do you got?
You know what? No, I refuse. I have fate on my side.
Another
No,
luck
I
roll?
don't. Never mind.
Alright. So, the
I'll do,
stoic face of this warrior woman is a little bit unreadable.
I'll do an insight as well. My passive is 15.
Well, with your
What's your
passive, you
passive?
can tell that she is wary of the risks. Her comment that they were powerful also had an edge of caution to it.
Yeah. We are. Yeah. Yeah. My name is Gramorn. I am the leader of the Fire Church in Tyr, and this is my friends. We're here to for business. We're here for trade and to see the city. It's the first time we are in Kern. What would you recommend us to do as the first time coming into your town?
Suddenly, with a flash, Korganard appears next to you. However, Korganard has changed his appearance using a glamour. He doesn't appear to be a glorious winged being, although he is still quite tall and regal. He still exudes his aura of pleasant kindness and goodness that makes you feel good just to be around him. But he isn't outwardly as alien in appearance, and he isn't flying, so he doesn't startle any of the people nearby quite as much.
You could have done that the whole time.
He greets the Templar at the gate, and he says, "Lyravos, I have returned after these many years." Lyra's eyes light up, and she says, "Korganard, I didn't know they were with you." So Korganard is going to tell Lyra, "We have come, at long last, to speak with Master Aronis. He will be very pleased to speak with us. You should send word immediately so that he is not surprised. He will want to meet us with his full envoy, to offer us full honors, I am sure." Lyravos smiles broadly, and she says, "Indeed he will." She snaps her fingers at some of her lesser guards and issues orders in a harsh bark that they should immediately report to King Aronis, and they are going to head off at a sprint. They're quick, they seem athletic, and despite their armor clanking and their spear in hand, unbalancing them a little bit, they make good time running down the street. The main thoroughfare of narrow streets and tall buildings causes you to quickly lose sight of them around a corner as they disappear in the distance.
Well,
That just kind of happened.
Don't remember you, Korganard.
No, they will certainly remember me. I am nobility here.
Oh, we didn't know that.
But-
We knew that you're a powerful sorcerer, but
I suppose I should have expected you to be even more traveled than us. And to me.
This is my homeland, where I came from originally before traveling the world and attaining my power.
can you tell me about the temple you have in this city? Seems quite prominent.
Religion was not practiced much in Kern. The earth clerics tend to the soil and keep the desert dunes at bay, but other than that, there is not much religious activity in Old Kern. Perhaps you could change that. I feel as if you would enjoy that, spreading your fiery religion far and wide to the edges of the known world here.
Of course.
Well, what with you being an all-knowing priest, maybe you could actually answer. What's this place actually about?
Kern is an ancient city. You might tell from the stonework that you can see around us that Kern was rebuilt. The ruins of Old Kern date back to the Green Age, and there is little left, little record from those who lived in those ancient times. But we have rebuilt it into the city that you see here, and it is doing quite well. Among the city-states, it is one of the best to live in, I would say. Tyr is certainly probably better, but this, I would say, is a good second.
Hmm.
Mainly due to the proximity to so many bandit clans, the Trollgrave Chasm, and Elderik. Those are the only downsides to this distant land. That and the lack of trade, which hopefully we can alleviate by connecting Tyr and Kern with a trade route.
So are all those murder signs just like a trick?
Oh no, Elderik is a very dangerous place. We must never go there.
Hmm.
Is Kern not connected with Elderik in the
Hmm.
Sorcerer King there?
No, Kern and Elderik are distinct, completely separate. The border is the edge of the map. The Silt Sea is the beginning of Elderik's territory.
Hmm.
They don't trade with anyone either, so they pay little attention to the road.
That's good at least. And besides those Hamanu tax raiders that attack the road, pretty clear, I suppose.
Okay, someone was like walking around and it looked like they were gonna talk to me, like in real life, but they didn't.
Okay.
So could you repeat like the latter half of the describing the place?
The description of the area that you're in currently?
Yes.
You have entered into the lower city. Within the walls, the lower city sprawls in a labyrinth of narrow, dusty streets for the common folk, where sun-faded adobe hovels and ramshackle tents cluster like survivors huddling against the relentless heat, their alleys alive with clamor of bartering slaves, street vendors hawking dried fruits, and children dodging mechalot-drawn carts. A broad main street paved with cracked flagstones from the old ruins cuts through the chaos, winding uphill toward the plateau, lined with modest shops selling bone tools, leather goods, and illicit psionic crystals smuggled from the wastes. This bustling underbelly thrums with the pulse of Athos, hardy denizens, artisans, laborers, and outcasts who navigate the shadows to avoid Templar patrols, enforcing King Oronis's edicts against defiling magic and crime. Amid the crowds, the burly dwarf blacksmith Gorak Ironfist hammers away in his forge, crafting obsidian blades for the guard while dispensing gruff advice on surviving in the crimson savannas surrounding Kern.
Hmm.
As you continue up the street, you pass an herbalist where you see Sarah Whisper, who runs a dimly lit apothecary. She is brewing potions from oasis herbs and offering to trade rumors of hidden water sources with any desperate nomads who might be interested. You are also shadowed by an elf. Does anybody want to
Lots
roll?
of shady characters running around. We just got here.
Everybody, I should say Morg and Grimorn, your passive perception is enough to notice the spy that's been following you.
I just shout out towards the spy and be like, "Reveal yourself. What do you want from us? Spit it out."
Lyra Voss will put her hand on your shoulder and say, "Fear not, that is Kale. Kale Thorn. He means well. He is simply, let's see, how should I phrase this? He's like the spy master here. He's keeping an eye to make sure that there is no danger to worry about. Think of him as being here for your safety. Nothing to worry about."
Oh, okay.
Alright. So that established. You said this is where you grew up?
Corganard grew up here in Old Kern.
What kind of childhood was that?
Ah, the childhood of nobility. My family was quite wealthy, closely related to the Kern family. My closest living relative is one of the current high nobles of the city. We might meet her if we continue into the upper city here.
Hmm.
Was it your
What?
family that
So you
put
were
you
like
up
a
to
prince.
being did your family put you up to being going through the transformation you went through?
No, they opposed my adventurous lifestyle.
He rather you have stayed in Kern, I presume.
Yes, they had wished that I would stay here and live the life of a noble, but instead I traveled the world and gained my wisdom.
And what are they gonna tell when they discover your change?
Well, as you can see, I have taken on a more underwhelming form, so that I do not shock anybody. This is more like my previous original form.
Hmm.
Did you guys want to shop at all? You are passing several shops. There's a blacksmith, there's an apothecary, anything that could
Right
be
now, I
bought
just want
and...
to ask. Right now, I just want to ask them questions like, hang on,
I'm just mentioning
like
it because you're
that
passing through that part of town where you're seeing the shops.
makes sense.
Otherwise, we'll continue on to the upper city here. All right. Let me take a drink.
Oh, do you have the list somewhere?
The shopping list? Yeah, I can get it.
don't
One
look.
second.
I haven't looked at Kern. If I see something, I'll bring it up later.
All right. You can look here. It's the last tab.
Thank you.
Kern region. It's got the same things available here that you would find at the previous town that you were at. So anybody who looked at the list before, it's the same stuff, but it's available here as well because it's all coming through Merchant House Azith.
Oh,
All right. You continue into the upper city, perched atop the plateau, reached by the steep incline of the main street. The upper city gleams as a bastion for old Kern's nobility, where terraced estates of polished sandstone and rare imported marble overlook the lower sprawl. Their rooftops adorned with wind-catching sails and guarded by former gladiators in ceremonial-looking armor. The wide avenues, swept clean of desert grit, connect opulent villas and private gardens irrigated by channeled oasis water, fostering pockets of defiant greenery amid Athos desolation. So you see some trees, shrubberies, grasses, and other things. Not as much silt and grit and grime here. Like there'd be a lot of plant life along the causeway that you're walking up. It's going to make your legs burn, though, because it's a steep incline that goes up to the top of a plateau. And at the top of the plateau, you see all the expensive noble villas, and above that, even, is the castle itself. The castle is not ornate. It's a simple design, very square, but very tall as well, and it looks sturdy. Thick stones, some of them repurposed from the old city of Kern. Others, newer buildings. This elevated enclave exudes an air of fragile luxury. There are nobles in silk robes standing around in open plazas debating politics in shaded courtyards. Corganard is going to indicate one of the villas as the home of Lady Vespera. Lady Vespera Kern, his distant relative.
I'm gonna see if I can see her.
She's deep in her mansion. She wouldn't be out in the courtyard. He indicates another villa across the street. He says that is the villa of Lord Draven Silas. Another wealthy and powerful lord of Kern. And continuing on into the castle. At the heart of the upper city stands the grand castle of King Aronis, a towering fortress of ancient obsidian and reinforced bone. Its spires piercing the sky like defiant spears against the tyrannical sun. Surrounded by moats of channeled oasis water that reflect the structure's imposing facade, within its labyrinthine halls adorned with murals depicting Kern's history before the Green Age's fall. The Sorcerer King here rules with a rare mercy. It seems that all of his people are quite well taken care of and happy. You've rarely seen a town where the people have so obviously been in good spirits. So the morale is high here. And everybody seems quite pleased that Korganard has returned. Many people
I'm gonna
will
whisper to you guys,
greet him.
like my friends. I have a suspicion. I think Korganard is. I think this Sorcerer King is either Korganard or just Korganard in a freaking funny mask.
Oh, that would be interesting. Okay. The procession of Aronis. The ground trembles before the procession. A building-sized merchant palace on wheels rolls across the plaza. A fortress of lacquered wood and burnished bronze. 4 mechalots, colossal reptilian beasts with ridged hides, strain against jeweled harnesses of obsidian and leather, their bellowing groans echoing for miles. The caravan itself gleams with banners of white silk, bordered in black and gold, each stamped with the sigil of New Kern, a rising sun above a spiral glyph. Wide awnings of layered fabric shield balconies from the desert sun where heralds and musicians perform. A low rhythmic drumming accompanies the creaking wheels, meant to mimic the sound of a heartbeat, slow and steady as though the land itself was keeping time. Flanking the rolling palace stride the Templars of Aronis, the Black Brethren. They wear long hooded robes in stark contrasts of black, white, and gold. The black is as deep as the shadows of the wastes, reflecting no light. White as bleached bone, gold as the desert's burning eye, their faces are hidden behind lacquered masks. Some of the masks are serene and blank, others are grotesquely stylized. Others bearing glyphs of forgotten wards. Each Templar carries a staff capped with obsidian shards bound in gold wire. So these are like the elite guard of Aronis. You've encountered a couple of them at the merchant house at the previous town, but these are even more resplendent in gold and finery. Let's see. The Black Brethren, I have several images of them. They look something like this. I'll put it up on stream as well. So that is the Black Brethren in their very dark robes. Obviously, they are climate-controlled magical robes. Nobody in their right mind would wear black in dark sun.
I mean, there's necromancers, I guess.
The Brethren march in perfect cadence, their silence all the more menacing for the caravan's splendor. There is a crier who proclaims from the high balcony of the rolling palace. Robed in radiant white and masked with the golden visage of a sunburst, his voice is magically amplified to carry far, and he says, "Make way! Make way for Aronis the Merciful! Make way! Make way for he who shields the innocent from the scourge of tyranny! Behold his caravan, sanctuary and stronghold, the wandering palace of justice! All who walk in peace are welcomed in his sight. All who conspire with shadow or defilement beware, for the black brethren watch with unblinking eyes, and the hand of Aronis falls swift upon the corrupt. The drums intensify as the crier spreads his arms wide, his proclamation rolling across the wind. You are invited into the caravan of Aronis.
All right, I'll bite.
Step in.
All right, so he's got a rolling palace that he was rolling down the street to meet you halfway. So you step into his palace to meet with him. Within the shaded halls of the rolling palace, Aronis receives guests, not as a tyrant upon a throne, but as a learned man amid shelves of scrolls, plants, and curiosities. His presence is awe-inspiring, a tall figure in simple white and gold robes. His face is serene, his eyes alight with a kindness, but shadowed in immense wisdom. As Korganard enters, Aronis rises with a warm smile. Stepping forward, he swiftly greets his old friend. Korganard, my student, my friend, it has been too long. He's going to clasp Korganard by the forearm and pull him into an embrace. So, any austere air has been sort of like broken by his friendly greeting and his obvious affection for his old friend. When I last looked upon you, you were but a seedling. Now you return to me as a tree that shades others from the sun. Tell me of your travels. Tell me of your burdens. I would hear it all from your own lips. Korganard, moved by this greeting from his old master, is going to say, Master, I have not hoped to stand before you again so soon. The world grows darker, but seeing you brings light to my heart. Aronis is going to say with a smile, Then let us too be lights. Together we shall brighten even the blackest night. When Aronis greets the player characters, that's you guys, the atmosphere shifts subtly. The warmth remains, but the regal weight of his presence settles over the room. He approaches with measured grace, the black brethren standing like sentinels at the edges of the chamber. So, these are the heroes of Tyr. I have heard the winds whisper of your names, carried from caravan to caravan, from one campfire tale to the next. You have done deeds that echo louder than a war drum. Know that your journey is of great consequence, not only for Tyr, but for all the tablelands, and beyond. You honor me with your presence.
You know what?
Please, the honor is all ours.
Yeah.
To
I'm
see
gonna give him the humble bow while I'm saying what you're saying, more or less.
It's an honor to meet Korganard's teacher, master,
Mentor.
and mentor. We wish there were more mentors around like you in Tyr. The world needs more light.
Aronis will say that he can speak freely among friends. He will tell you that once he was not so kind and merciful. Once I had another name. I was Keltis, the Defiler, and my might and tyranny was renowned throughout the land. But I have changed, and you can see how much I have changed, and the glamour hiding his true appearance fades away, revealing that he too has become an Avengian.
Huh.
That's most curious. What changed your mind to be an Avengian from your path as a defiler, trying to become a dragon or sorcerer king?
He'll tell you that long ago he was a great warrior, mighty, indefeatable. His legend was terrible, and he slayed many. He was tasked by his master Boris to destroy an entire race of lizard men. For all intents and purposes, it is said that he accomplished this task and that the lizard men were extincted. They were completely wiped out. This, of course, is a lie, for I had a change of heart. I could not bring myself to kill all of the lizard men. They continue to exist, and they are now known as the Surin people.
How long was that?
Have we seen any swords?
Centuries ago. You did encounter the Surins, although they were all undead, and they were under the command of the Defiler that you defeated, Densis the Defiler,
Oh, should we mention that?
if you want to.
Yeah.
Aronis will be saddened to hear this. He dislikes Defilers greatly. He would slay this Defiler if he could, but he has many things to deal with here in town.
And we're looking for him. We will get him. I wouldn't worry
I
about
still
that.
have that head, I think, that's supposed to track him down.
Mm.
So you've been in this world for a long time.
Yes. Like the other Sorcerer Kings, I too am immortal.
I have a question for you then, since you've been in this region for such a long time. If you don't mind. Have you heard of the Tongue of Kern?
You stand in it.
I'm talking about the legendary dagger.
All right. You gonna describe the artifact that you've heard a legend about?
Yeah.
All right. You describe the Tongue of Kern, a dagger forged by one of Kern's last pyromancers. And he will tell you, yes, you speak of old Kern. There are few remnants. Old stonework around the city. That was old Kern. Completely destroyed in the Green Age, during the Apocalypse, during the Great Wars. The pyromancers of Kern were said to have traveled into the mountains, the White Mountains, to the west. Perhaps that is where you must go, to seek out this dagger.
That's what I'm believing, but we don't know the geography that very well. Potentially with our airship, we'll be able to reach that mount more easily.
It's possible you could gather more information from the locals, the Arakakra of Winter's Nest, or the halflings of the forest.
Yeah, I believe that Ringside would love to go and visit that village.
We've had some terrible experiences with halflings. Are the halflings of these forests to the west as bad as the ones we might know in Gulg?
Aronis will say that the halflings here have a peculiar culture. They are very isolated, and they do not wish to interact much with the other races. So, meetings with them have been few and far between. There is the occasional odd halfling who leaves his homeland and adventures in the tablelands, and will sometimes be found. For example, at the main gates there is a halfling.
Well, at the very least, they're not cannibalistic like the
Oh, God.
halflings we knew about.
They have
Much chance.
They have a weathered halfling druid named Elder Mira here in town, who could tell you more.
Okay.
Oh, actually, not at the gates. He's at that shrine I mentioned when you were on the way in. It's the little shrine outside, the Earth Shrine.
Oh, the elemental shrine, yeah.
So, for more info about halflings, speak to the halfling.
Makes sense to me.
So, King Aronis tells you that Merchant House Azith is attempting to open a trade route, and the trade route they want to develop will travel from here to Tyr, obviously. Taro, while discussing trade routes, are you going to mention your town?
Yes.
All right. So you bring up the new
Al-
town of
Also the
Othend.
Aracopter, because I like them.
You bring up the new town of Othend, and Aronis looks at a map and sees that it is along the route that would lead from here to Tyr, and so he will make a mental note to add it to the trade route along the way towards Tyr. So you will receive caravans from Merchant House Azith through Othend on the way to Tyr occasionally.
What do you have for sale? What is your big market?
All right. Let's see. We export livestock, magic items, and medicines mainly.
Okay. Must be tedious to go across the desert. From here to Tyr, it takes probably take you a few weeks.
True.
Especially if you don't have airship.
However, the roads are well maintained, and all of my people have very finely crafted magical silt masks. Like you can see the Black Brethren, they wear those ornate masks. They protect against the silt completely. They protect against sandstorms, silt, poisons. They're a pretty decent magic item that's common in the region here. The medicines that they have can cure the silt lung that some people get. So there's that. And the livestock, you've already seen that the previous town had a tremendous amount of rideable creatures that you could get.
If ever you are interested, we do have the capacity of making flying devices.
Crodlu.
This
That's
is how we traveled here.
Oh, airships. Yeah. If you're offering airships or designs to build them, that's definitely going to be of interest to Aronis.
Yeah, that might actually make it much safer for your crew to go across the desert all the way to Tyr, in much faster ways too.
All right. Aronis has a genius level intellect, and he is going to ask you many questions. So roll an intelligence check.
Why is it not like a wisdom check?
Hey guys,
Hey, what's up?
No.
Let's
I
go.
just got home.
All right. You awaken
Wait,
on
like
the airship, which is now currently hovering outside of a new city, the city of Old Kern.
Awesome.
I get 15.
All right. You do a good job describing sort of the mechanics of an airship and the structure required to dock an airship. And he gets it, and he thinks about it, and he thinks about the possibilities and how this could expand trade and how they could leave the roads behind entirely, potentially bypassing the risks of passing drage, which is a huge advantage. He really likes this idea, and this is going to make his trade route idea even more viable than it was. So he's immediately going to begin allocating resources to constructing an airship dock and an airship based on the information that you just conveyed to him.
And
Well, you mu-
impressive.
You must understand that the only reason why they fly is because of the Lord of Flames.
Yeah.
Well, as because of the power that we are able to imbue into our stones.
I will hurl you through the window.
So if you want one of these flying devices, you must deal with the fire church.
Gromorn, the fire stones, do they work kind of forever, or do they have to be maintained and like
Recharged.
controlled or recharged by a fire cleric that's constantly on board the ship?
It's through ceremony, through our eternal flame. So we imbue the stone with the power of flame.
Oh, so you would have to then transport them many stones for them to build said airships, even if they have the design. They need
Yeah.
those. those stones from you.
Got the core components to sell to them. Sounds good.
Yeah, this is not Apple. You know, they don't degrade over time. So you got to buy a new one.
What would that cost? 25% of the airship, I guess. If you can put that together back in tier, you could bring it.
Yeah. So if you're interested too, having a fire shrine, well, we would be interested in having a fire shrine in Kern if you don't have one.
We do not.
We do like to expand our religion, share our knowledge, and build a relationship with the new cities.
Aronis will tell you that Kern has a few low-level wandering clerics, but it has no shrine at all, except for the one, and that shrine is run by a druid and dedicated to the earth.
That's okay. We don't have anything against the herd clerics.
But
And we've been trying to settle down a little bit and make a little bit more peace even with the water clerics.
You're welcome to purchase a property within the town and construct yourself a temple.
That'll be my pleasure.
However, I caution you, I have heard fire clerics sometimes like to commit a little bit of arson in the pursuit of their religion, and I warn you that I would not be pleased if you burned my town down.
Silence.
I don't think they've burned anything in
That is hilarious.
here other than I chuckle at the early adventures that we had where Chris burned down Grimorn burned down a silo from a very
Collateral.
naughty noble.
Collateral damage.
Well, here in this town, the only fire cleric they've interacted with in years probably, like, got in a bar fight and set fire to a bunch of things.
Okay, we will. We'll make sure to select a cleric that is capable of withholding their passion.
Yeah.
Some sort of self-control.
We got plenty of water cleric down south. Just borrow one. Balance things out.
So, do you have any questions for King Aronis?
Well, personally, I'm more curious why Korganar, you wanted to come back here so fast and with such an urge.
Well, I have kept many secrets, and it is good to finally relieve myself of those secrets, so now you know. However, I must beg that you swear to me and to King Aronis that you will not reveal that which you have learned in this room.
Our lips are sealed.
He nods and
Although
says, I knew you would say as much.
I am curious as to, surely there must be some other reason as to why you brought us here, besides
Besides
just,
the family
just to
reunion.
me. Yes. And could you not have flown by yourself as an Avengian here? You didn't need our airship, I presume.
Just wanted our
You
presence.
teleported here instantly.
Well, the purpose was to bring you to meet King Aronis. It's a new contact. And it's a secret contact that you could only learn about in person.
Okay.
It's so secret that the only people that know are you, Korganard, and the Black Brethren that are on guard in the room. And they're all mutes. They don't speak. They're faceless. They wear a mask.
Yeah, and Uno, everyone knows how much we need powerful allies.
Yeah, that's another
what-
thing. King Aronis is a strong ally which you can recruit to join in the fight against the other Sorcerer Kings. However, he's very, I don't know, like neutral. And it would take a significant amount of coaxing and convincing and bribery in order to really get King Aronis on the battlefield personally.
No, we can get some support in other ways, maybe.
So it's like a regional faction thing. If you can do things to help him in his region here, then he will be more willing to help you in the war against whatever Sorcerer King you choose to fight.
Right. It's almost more like he's financially able to buy from, like, he's a source of resources that we could purchase from, but he's not an ally, like, an alliance ally just yet. He's a trade partner.
Oh, he's an Evangion. So, if we really needed his powers, maybe we could borrow him.
He's going to level with you and tell you that he is pained by the horrors of the world around him. He can do as much as he can for the people who serve him. He's already freed everybody of slavery, as you've done in Tyr, although we keep up appearances so that the other Sorcerer Kings do not grow suspicious.
What about Elderich? What's your relationship with the Sorcerer King of that city?
The Sorcerer King of Elderic is reclusive, and he does not leave his city, and so we have not interacted in many centuries.
Any interaction, any trades with that city?
Only the barest amount of trade.
How do they sustain themselves in there?
The Master of Elderic is known as Daskinor. Daskinor is the king of Elderic city-state. He's never been stable. He is a paranoid and delusional mad king. I would caution you never to ever enter his kingdom or to speak with him. The mad king would as likely behead you and kill you on the spot as he would be to offer you gifts and send you on your way. It is completely random. He is a madman, and his paranoia is quite dangerous. So, at best, we simply remain neutral and avoid contact with them.
I have to go to dinner. I'll be back as soon as I can.
Gotcha.
Okay.
They
How
have
big is the population.
They have exported gold and silver from Elderic, though. So the little bit of trade has been gold and silver for some of the supplies that Merchant House Azith has for sale. Some of the Crodlu and medical supplies and things. So they've traded some gold and silver for those, but only in small quantities, and only on the outskirt towns.
That's interesting.
They tell you that rarely they have a gathering at a place called, what's the name of this town here? Siltside. Siltside is a village on the coast of the Sea of Silt. It belongs to House Azith, the merchant house of Kern, and falls under the protection of Kern. Few raiders enter the area because of frequent patrols sent out by Fort Protector. So the villagers don't worry about attacks from the west. Giants from the Silt aren't even a problem because as nearby Fort Holes keeps them at bay. Siltside handles trade with Elderic, which doesn't have a merchant house of its own. And this village is the only connection with the outside world that Elderic maintains at all. And their traders only come out once or twice a year at most to interact with the merchants that pass through. The area is only populated for a few weeks, 3 times every year, when House Azith members meet to trade.
Very mysterious what is going on there. What is it? I wonder how they sustain themselves in that city for all these years without really interfering with the rest of the world.
Well, you know they have access to that food supply that the Arakakra were interested in.
Oh, I see. Yeah, from the sea. We encountered one of the caravan going down south earlier, a few days ago, and they got there was an interference there by people we believe that pretend to be from Hurrick. They were taxing them.
Aronis will nod. I know of these. A lady Sesti is their leader. She claims to be a Templar of Hamanu. I do not wish to draw the ire of Hamanu. Last time he came to this region, he obliterated an entire city. I would not wish for that to befall my city or my citizens.
Okay, well, we will reconsider our plans.
Have you ever had any of your people kind of survey the Lady Sesti and those taxing people if they ever return to Uruk? Because they just seem to stay on this side of the glowing desert.
Oh, that's
I
an
don't
interesting
see them-
suggestion. Perhaps you could spy on them and find out.
Yeah, we might do that because Uruk, we've dealt with Uruk many times before. Not a very pleasant man. But this is a far place here for him to try to tax the roads. This is not even on the way to his city. We might look into it later on after we are done with our other plans.
Aronis is going to tell
Do you
you
have
that
any
he needs your help. The region is in chaos. He tells you that the turmoil is caused by the various bandit lords. You've already encountered some of them. He does not wish death upon them. Aronis is a good man, and he will plead with you that not all of the raiders that populate the glowing desert are purely evil men. Perhaps their circumstances have caused them to fall in with a bad crowd. The bandit lords are vile criminals who commit evil acts, and they dominate these other men who may be escaped slaves from the other city-states. So, rather than wage war against these bandit clans, I would seek more diplomatic alternatives to perhaps change their mind and bring them about to a kinder and gentler way to live. I could tell you some of what I know of these factions in the region if you wish to know anything, but I would greatly appreciate your help in wrangling these bandit lords and ending the chaos of the region.
We can look into that. We can't promise anything though.
Are there any of the particular factions that you know that are just straight up evil that we should destroy, and the other ones that are maybe more, as you say, just a little evil
Misguided.
due to circumstances, and yes, could be guided towards being a little more cooperative?
He holds up a finger for you to wait for a moment, and then he sends a telepathic message, and moments later, a shadowy figure appears at the doorway. The elf from earlier, the spy, is going to step in, and he's going to say, perhaps you could provide a report of the local bandits. Alright, so the elf is going to report what he knows. In a terse voice, with very basic descriptions, he will describe Ravage, led by Talid the Bandit Lord. They are from Rom, freed gladiators. They number in the hundreds. The next faction is Plunder. They are led by Wraith Chief Evartu. Evartu's ghosts are outcast elves, banished from other elf clans. They also number in the hundreds. They have no set location, but their nomadic group is often found near the other bandit clans in the glowing desert. Wrath, controlled by Lady Sesti of Uruk. They are Urukites, Templars, nobility by their clothing. They number in the hundreds as well. They will mention that Talid of Ravage is a lawful man. He has not done raiding to the extent that some of the others have. So if you're looking for a bright spot among the bandit lords, they will point at Talid of Ravage as the highlight or the silver lining, as maybe one that could be negotiated with first. They will tell you of Spoil, the realm of Densis the Ever-Living, the most evil of the group, possibly. They're a mix of Draj, Ram, and Uruk, but all known to be evil criminals, possibly the hardest criminals in the area. A great number of half-giants in his army as well. His army is mostly human and half-giant, and the half-giants are said to wield deadly stones with tremendous accuracy and great distance for their throw. You've already encountered that. Your airship is pocked with wounds from the rocks those half-giants throw. The elf will continue describing the town of Ravish, led by Akiva, the bandit lord. These are ex-slaves of Draj, possibly more than 100 bandit warriors and rogues. They are said to be the most chaotic and evil, but also the stupidest of the bandit lords. Further to the north, there is Kel's Lot and Foul Puddle, controlled by the dwarf lord Kel. They number in the many hundreds, and they have a strong fortress. They are a fairly neutral faction, though quite racist. If there's no dwarf in your group, you might have trouble negotiating with them. Further from that, there's the village of Pillage, led by Chilod the Tarek. A special place in my heart for pillage, as many of the surviving Surin that I kept alive have taken up residence there. They are a neutral group, somewhat lawful, possibly another decent group in the region. Although, because they are non-human, they are also difficult to negotiate with if your group is a human group. Although, Taro, Ringsight is a non-human, and as a non-human, you might have an easier time negotiating with the villagers of Pillage.
Yes.
Then there's the Arakakra of Winter's Nest and the Halflings of White Mountain, led by a Chief Warwick. He warns you that the Arakakra leader, Traka of the Silver Rock, is a dangerous and villainous master. He doesn't think the Arakakra are especially evil. However, they are led by quite a devious and cunning, villainous Arakakra named Traka. And the Arakakra are numerous. More than 1,000. More than 1,000.
Now I definitely want these guys on my side.
So maybe that's a clue as to why Daskanor of Elderic considers them a threat, because they are numerous and they're led by a ambitious and evil master. And he doesn't know the numbers of the halflings. They are mysterious and mischievous. Mostly rangers and rogues, somewhat unaligned, and rarely offering to trade with anybody.
Quite the tasks you've put before us.
He tells you your best bet is to speak with Talid of Ravage. Start there.
Alright.
He thinks that Lady Sesti of Uruk might be bargained with on those terms if you could somehow convince her that Hamanu wishes her to return. Maybe she would. Densis has to be killed outright. There's no no fixing that mess. Above all, that is the greatest threat in the region.
I know there's still good in you.
Really? Dances? You think there's good in him?
No.
I bonk. I bonk ring sight in the head with the commanding rod of rulership, and I just say no.
He thinks you could negotiate with Kel, but you'd have to disguise yourself as a dwarf and lie to him. He tells you that Kel is wise, but not particularly intelligent, so he might be fooled. And he's very racist, so if you are not a dwarf, he will not talk to you.
Hey, racism's not wise.
He especially hates moles. He points his finger at Morg.
I use my
Just turns into a dog.
use my 1,000 forms to shift into a dwarf-looking person.
Nice. He also says that they're not fond of elves. The elf giving the report says that the dwarves and the elves have been at war for decades and decades. A blood feud that goes back quite a ways. And the elves are not fond of pillage. That's something that Aronis will say. He feels protective of pillage, and he wishes that you could stop the elves, Evartu's ghosts, from attacking them quite as much. They're an extremely chaotic, evil group of elves. He's not sure they could be negotiated with, since they're so obsessed with death and murder.
Wait, which elves?
The Wraith Chief Evartu and
The weird
Evartu's
ghost
ghosts
guy we met.
that they live in plunder.
Okay, so plunder and spoil are the ones we blow up.
Yeah, plunder you can blow up, spoil you can blow up. Ravish is pretty bad. You can probably negotiate with the dwarves. You can probably negotiate with Talid at Ravage. You might be able to negotiate with Wrath and Lady Sesti.
Lady
Cool.
Sesti's not in Ravage, right?
No, Lady Sesti is in Wrath.
Okay.
And it's also easy to mix up Ravage and Ravish. Ravish is led by Akiva the Bandit, and that's the stupid group of Dragonek slaves. While Ravage is the Jewel of the Glowing Desert, led by Talid the Bandit Lord, the master of the conclave of Bandit Lords. Aronis recommends talking to Talid because he can call for a conclave which would bring the leaders of each bandit clan to a meeting. And he's the only one that can possibly call this meeting that could get you on diplomatic terms with the entire group of bandit clans at the same time. So if you can get the whole conclave of bandit lords together, you might be able to negotiate. Maybe convince them to join Talid and become civilized.
Civilized with a fancy mustache
Yes.
and a bottle of wine.
Well, it would be great if you could get them to stop being raiders and start being farmers instead. Raiders don't like to farm.
You know, I know that, the whole Sorcerer King Dark Sun business caused all the plants to be dead. But I don't think that killed all the soil.
That's true. I mean, desertification is a problem, but you can turn desert back into greenery with certain techniques.
I just gotta try hard enough.
It's actually pretty cool. I've watched documentaries about it. You have to dig up the ground, and then you put down like a plastic tarp, and then you put soil onto the plastic tarp, so when you put water on it, it can't drain all the way down through. It creates like a little pool of water underneath the soil that the roots can get into. And then you have to plant trees. and the trees provide enough shade that smaller plants can grow along the trough that has the water under it. And so, like, that's the combination. You need shade and you need water that doesn't evaporate, and you can turn a desert back into farmland. So that
We also
plus,
need the root to hold the soil or the sand. So
yes,
stop
they have
it
to
going around.
they have to plant special plants that have good, strong root structures that'll keep everything from just blowing away in the wind. So I imagine similar stuff happens here in Dark Sun, except maybe with a little magical assistance from druids. This place has its one halfling druid that uses this as his protected land, and he makes sure that it stays green.
Kind of interesting. Druids are kind of kept intentionally limited in this thing.
Yeah, they're limited to one per zone.
Can't have a druid army.
I guess the temple that he occupies was formerly occupied by an earth cleric, but that earth cleric died of old age at some point, and now it's occupied by this halfling, who's a druid instead. But druid and cleric, they fill similar roles.
Couldn't be me.
Aronis is going to tell you that he has one other big secret.
What? What is it?
But for that, we must travel. And he's going to snap his fingers, and the caravan that you're in begins to roll down the road. He smiles. He's going to smile and tell you, enjoy the hospitality of my caravan. Food and drink will be prepared for you by my servants. I must rest, and it will be an hour or two before we arrive.
Out of curiosity, rest from what?
I have been casting many spells today.
Fair enough.
Readying protections in case the worst should happen in the future. Contingencies upon contingencies. An old habit I have not forgotten from my former life.
That is probably smart.
He doesn't currently have any big enemies to worry about, but he might if things go bad.
Who knows?
Like if the other Sorcerer Kings found out he's turned into a goody-goody, they're going to probably try to take him down.
Wait a second, then why don't they badger you for captives?
Oh, I provide captives.
Like who?
1,000 unfortunate souls. We choose from among the criminals and the raiders that we capture.
Written business.
Unfortunately, if we cannot get enough criminals captured by that time period, sometimes we must ask for a sacrifice from among the people. It is a sad time when this must occur.
Then would it not be all that good to just obliterate spoil and plunder?
Yes, in fact, if you could take prisoners, that would work. Those that do not repent their raider ways, the unrepentant evil ones, might be saved for a sacrifice to appease Boris so he doesn't come destroy us.
Dang it, I don't want to be Zatar McBlack. I don't want to be flying around and slaying everything.
I was just thinking more less like kind of leaving them to breed for sacrificing, not really just capture them all and, I mean, ended up sacrificing all of them. It would kind of like, their population would eventually run out.
I mean, you'd probably have to scoop up all of them if you were going to make up the entire 1,000 just from them. I don't know if the bandit clans even number 1,000. If you include the dwarves, they do. There's a lot of dwarves.
Hmm.
But most
we're
of them
trying to
are a
keep
village
the
in the hundreds.
Then I presume that means you're constantly taking sacrifices from your village?
Ah, yes. There are about 20,000 people in this city on average. So, yeah, they have had to take a fair number every time. Not a huge number, and people are willing to make the sacrifice. It's often the elderly. And there's even a ritual surrounding it where they're throwing a great celebration for the sacrifice they make.
This place is making me sad now.
Well, if you can capture some of these criminals from the glowing desert, that would prevent the sacrifice of some of his citizens.
Dang it, now I gotta go make moral choices.
Even if it's just the elderly giving up their lives, they still had a few years in them.
Why does he even need all these souls anyway?
Power. It's like the Emperor in Warhammer 40k. He needs his 1,000 psychers per day, or his stomach isn't filled. He needs his tummy filled with dead psychers, or he will die.
What he needs is a new freaking diet.
So Boris is similar. He needs to consume the souls of the living to maintain his power level. It's similar to the ritual to become a dragon, where a whole bunch of people are drained using the enhanced Defiler aura, and all of their souls are pulled into the obsidian sphere that the dragon consumes to enhance his transformation. So it's all about that soul power, and I guess maybe over time, over thousands of years, they need to sort of recharge that soul energy. And if you're as big and powerful as Boris is, it requires a lot of soul energy.
Wait a second, repeat that last statement.
So the process for becoming a dragon is to steal the souls of people and put them into obsidian spheres that are consumed by the sorcerer. And as the sorcerer gets bigger, he's able to consume bigger obsidian spheres that contain more souls.
You remember those were the spheres we tried to take from Umano?
I remember, you're making me think to myself now. Does that mean that he's still transforming over there?
He's reached the maximum transformation, but I think to maintain the transformation, it's like a drug. He needs more all the time.
The one thing that we have never really talked about is what about the sphere and tier? When they tried to take the souls from all the people in the crowd,
Yeah, you've still got him.
you would have had to put them in a sphere, and we've never seen those.
You've got the material components for the 10th level spell that turns you into a sorcerer king.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we shouldn't have that.
It's a pretty nasty artifact. It is currently, I think, kept in the Golden Tower in the vault with the other
That'd be an interesting,
dangerous artifacts.
That'd be an interesting thing to sacrifice to the Lord of Flames.
I'm not sure how that would go.
Better.
I brought you soul orbs.
Oh, it's a power 4. It's I don't know if it's the souls, but more the energy.
There's no energy in them though, because the ritual was disrupted.
Yeah. But still.
It's basically
Because
just
the
a large rock.
artifacts.
As a large rock, it's kind of valuable, but it hasn't been magically enhanced yet.
Mhm.
So you wouldn't
Yeah,
get
it would
anything
be-
from it as a sacrifice, unfortunately.
No. Okay.
However, if you let a sorcerer king kill like 1,000 people, empower the stone as a magical artifact, and then sacrifice the stone, then it would be worth something. But by then it's too
That
late
feels
for
beyond the point.
yeah. By then it's too late for those 1,000 people that got consumed into
Yeah.
it.
You, finally, that was close. Wait a second, that does give me an idea, actually. We can bind souls with this thing.
Yep, just like in the Elder Scrolls, they have Soul Stone technology in the Dark Sun.
But given that, we can, like, preserve people's souls. Because the alternative to that is they just die.
Well, preserving souls isn't an issue because there's no afterlife, so even when you're dead, your spirit just stays there forever until it eventually fades away in 1,000 years.
Yeah, but that's what. Oh, if that was near, I thought this was like near instant, and that's why you don't. Why Revivify sucks here.
No, you become a ghost, and then you just go to the astral, and there's nowhere to go. There's no afterlife.
Yeah, you decay over time.
It's a fairly miserable place to
Yep.
go. Like, the death sucks in Dark Sun. It's really bad.
Maybe I'll pop over to the land of the dead and set up a few carnivals.
I want to go to the elemental world of flames when I die.
And in places
Wait,
where
if I
especially tragic things have happened, you get like giga uber poltergeists that are just like
Uh-huh.
a hurricane of angry ghosts on the other side.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and live as an elemental for the rest of my life.
Can you release a soul from the obsidian orb?
Yeah, it would just go to the astral plane, I guess, if you destroy the orb.
No, if I like just release the soul without breaking the orb.
No, it would destroy the orb to release it.
So, could you like store a bunch of people's souls and take the orb and move it to the fire plane and just say these are yours now, and then just break it, and then the god can just hold it still?
Yeah, I guess they would just become a bunch of souls in the fire plane at that point.
I mean, that sounds better. I prefer this.
Yeah. Sounds better than the other place.
Well, assuming it's not just hell.
No, but maybe you can infuse them and make them like an elemental or something, you know?
Well, it's not hell. It's there's a word for it, where it's just like
purgatory.
it's like a purgatory where it's just a gray nothing.
We were there for a moment, didn't we? We entered that space for a moment to when we were fighting that giant tree.
And when you die, you don't have physical wants and needs, so you don't really suffer either. You just kind of exist in perpetuity.
Oh, this sucks. Try again.
I mean, mentally it might suck, because you're just in this empty void. You can go in any direction, and it doesn't really change anything. It sounds boring more than anything else. Okay, so hours of travel later, you arrive at Fort Protector. I'm gonna pull
What are
out
we
some
gonna do at Fort
images
Protector?
here. All right, so the caravan of Aronis arrives at Fort Protector. Fort Protector is a monstrous fortress, an impregnable fortress that spans the gap between two mountainous walls. And the caravan is going to be led across a drawbridge over a moat and down a thoroughfare that leads through Fort Protector all the way out the back side. And if you look at the image, you can see that beyond Fort Protector there is an interesting green valley.
Hmm.
Alright, so lock that, make this bigger. Alright, so this is the view from the caravan. I'm going to put it on the stream. So when you move past Fort Protector into the green valley beyond, in the distance you can see another city, hidden in a hidden valley.
Hmm.
And at that point, you are going to arrive at that city in the distance. All right. And this city is New Kern. So, Aronis reveals his grand plan to you. He shows you the city of New Kern. He has constructed a new city for his people. And this city is massive. Thousands and thousands of free people live here, secluded in this very secret city. And once again, he's going to ask to swear you to secrecy. He's going to provide you with access to a teleportation circle so that you'll be able to come here directly if you should need to.
Oh,
Yeah, that would
Pretty
make
awesome.
trade a lot easier.
it's quite great.
No, it's not big enough to bring large quantities of cargo through. It's only big enough to bring up to 8 people at a time.
Hmm.
So, this is the true capital of Kern. He'll describe to you his ambition to create a new kind of world. A brave new world in which freedom reigns, where the people are not held down and oppressed by a tyrannical master, but are instead joined together in a great work to revive the world to its greener state. A society of preservers, unlike any other in the world.
You already sold me like a while ago. You don't have to keep going.
Alright, so now you have access to the true heart of Kern, but he's going to ask you never to travel here directly. You can travel in his caravan, which is extremely well guarded and defended against everything, or you can use the teleporter, but you must never travel here by any means that could be traced, tracked, or followed by any of my enemies.
I feel like it was weird that you had us walk here.
Oh no, the caravan is protected by a variety of extremely powerful enchantments that even other sorcerer kings would be hard-pressed to bypass. Trust me, nobody will know of our passing. We are completely invisible.
Well, if you say
I-
so.
I say in if we have, I don't know if we have our telepathic beforehand here, but like it's a good thing that your eyeball is gone.
Yeah, that could have been bad. You could have revealed something to Himanu that he didn't know.
Oh no.
I tried to
Maybe
get
I
you.
should stop making that. You bastard! You did it on purpose.
I sure did. I tried to get you. You were quick to respond. Grimorn acted fast and saved the day there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, maybe making pacts with Satan is a bad idea. Lesson learned.
You were warned.
All right, so
Warn
we've got just a few minutes left in the session, so I would like to pose a question to you guys. Where do you want to go next with this story, so that I know what to prepare? Are you going to go right to Spoil and fight Densis? Or do you wish to go to Ravage and talk to the Bandit Lord Talid and get the conclave of Bandit Lords together?
I'm gonna be honest. You have to write all of it down so I can see it at once to make a decision.
I think we would go fight Dennis first, and then go to Ravage, because I don't see a point in calling all of the bandit clans together and Dennis being at the meeting.
Ah, you have a good point there. That could cause some chaos if he shows up and he's like, "Oh, you're the people that fought me at town."
Yeah, there's also the the
Wait, guys, you forgot. What if there's still good in him?
okay. There's also the village with all the Krokra and the also the artifact in the mountains.
Are the Air Crocus part of the raiding clans, like the other people in the
Maybe
No.
in the
it's
glowing desert? No.
The
those are more like personal interests of Ringside and myself.
The Arakakra are very aloof. They live high in the mountains, and they travel to their hunting grounds at the Silt Sea. But other than that, they really don't interact a whole lot. As I described, they are bird supremacists. If you are not a winged person, they will probably have some unkind things to say. Even Ringsight, they mocked repeatedly for being
featherless, even if
for
you're
being
winged.
a featherless bird. But at least you had wings, so you're in the right ballpark.
That bird, you suck. You jerk.
To
So
them,
we'd probably go and kill the dude first before we try to reunite people.
all right. So then I will.
Prepare
Well,
for a battle.
I probably don't have to do a lot of prep. I already prepared that one the most to begin with, so. So this will be interesting because this is actually like a multi-parter. You've already encountered Densis the first time, and then you're gonna track him to his home. But Densis is cunning and tricky, and he's got some other tricks under his sleeve that we'll get to next week.
Okay.
So you might not be able to defeat him decisively at his town in Spoil, because he's got some other things going on as well. But that is his power base. That's where all of his followers are. So if you could break up his bandit clan, that would accomplish one of the big objectives.
He's a lich as well, huh, you said?
Yes, he is a defiler with advanced signs of defiling. He has not been kind to the earth, and it shows.
Yeah,
He's-
we'll have to stop that.
He's not quite to the point where he's become an undead Zatal.
But he's hiding there.
Yeah, he's real close. Had he conquered that town and defiled a bunch, he might have accomplished it.
Yeah, so we kind of screwed up his plan there quite a bit.
Yep.
Which is good.
It's a real setback. He might be more prepared, though. He's retreated to his base and gathered his forces.
Good, they're all clustered together.
I was trying to think of the same exact words. Yes, I love it.
We also want to spy on that town too with the hurricanes, the Uric people or fake Uric. We gotta figure
Yeah.
out that for as well. So we're gonna need you, Sky Will,
Yes, I'd be happy to
for that.
investigate what the reality of the situation was, if they're even connected with Hamanu at all.
But that's what we want to figure out. If it's connected with Umanu, the king here in the current kind of told us that he didn't really want to attract too much attention because he's been quite vengeful last time that they've interfered and destroyed the city.
Oh yeah, Hamanu is one of the more dangerous sorcerer kings. He likes to level cities. He's just like Grimorn. He busts out the earthquake spell at the blink of
Oh,
blink of an eye.
jeez.
Yeah, we went to the
That's
same
hilarious.
school. Yeah, we went to the same school of military strategy.
I mean, it's worse though, because he has level 10, 11, and 12 earthquakes.
I didn't know it went that high. I thought 10 was the highest.
Nope. In Dark Sun, it goes to 13.
No, Mr.
So-
Say owie.
So does it go up for character for players as well?
Yeah, if you reach epic levels, you gain access to like one new spell slot at each epic level, I think.
Okay.
But-
above 20.
It might not be every
What's-
level. I'll have to look it up.
But if you're just throwing wishes around like they're water, I mean, you're just rewriting reality all the time.
True, but every
Right?
time you
Like-
rewrite reality, that's one less rewrite of reality you have.
You'd have to be a
It's one more
sorcerer.
more reality.
You'd have to be a wizard though. You know, and it's not everyone that can cast wish.
Yeah, those spell levels 10 through 13 usually are on such an absurd scope and scale. Sometimes they even
Right.
cross dimensional barriers.
And then you need to have the resources to cast all these spells all the time.
Yeah.
Like wish, what does it require? Like 25,000 gold or something like that.
25,000 experience points, I thought.
An
Yeah,
example of
maybe.
one of those high-level spells that you've seen before was when you went to Nibene and he cast that spell at the Zwoon that caused like massive destruction across the entire city and raised all the dead from the ground as lightning zombies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Just
those
wa-
lightning zombies were pretty impressive.
I just want to, you know, at least one day and throw a level 15 fireball, you know.
That's
a
like,
meteor.
you know, yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Was like that's like just calling a meteor from orbit and nuking,
Yeah.
you know, a portion of the planet.
Or another
Like,
example
so-
of one of those high-level spells was Dragoth's town, how it had that like giant blast wave that ripped the entire town in half,
Yeah.
split his entire
Call it
castle in half.
blasting, call it Terminatus, call it the Purge.
Or that insane spell that transformed, that brought back all those undeads at once in Nibelheim.
Yep.
Like, it wasn't like a sorcerer that caused it, but the
Well,
power level of
It
all
was
that
it was
destruction.
Nibene casting a super high-level spell at the Zwoon.
Yeah. Yeah, that fucked it up real good.
I think the guide said that was like a 12th level spell that he cast. I think the only person who can cast the 13th level spell is Boris, and that's the spell that turns him into Boris.
Yeah.
The Zwoon didn't die. What? Remind me what happened to those Zwoon.
It entered into psychic combat with Nibene, so they were both locked. And Nibene's advisor, the psychic girl, she begged you to save her master, and so you broke up the attack between the two, and I believe the Zwoon went back to its role as sort of like a realm guardian for that Nibene area.
It's like
So
an
it's a
entity
spirit of the
floating,
earth.
pretty much. Like
Yes.
just
It is a spiritual entity.
Of the Earth.
Yeah, it's like an earth spirit. It's not on par with a god, but it's not a mortal being. It's like an energy creature that kind of half exists in the mortal plane.
yeah, force of nature. It's like a pure
Yeah.
essence, like floating around.
Yes.
I was wondering if our druid would be interacting with that at any point.
Oh yeah, everybody talked to it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I think you negotiated with it to let Nibene go.
Yeah, we saved his ass.
What if we hadn't saved Nibene?
We'll have to kill him pretty much.
Well, he would have been stuck with his wound. Who knows if he could have escaped it? You might have been able to lock down that city. I mean, with no Sorcerer King, you could have maybe defeated his Templars.
Yeah, we weren't the same level. We were way lower level.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know, it's like maybe now, like at level 18, would have been a little different, but
But
Yeah.
as an
we weren't ready
ally,
for an uprising.
as an ally, he's pretty useful as well.
Yeah.
He is an ally. I just, of course, Orin wonders like, okay, he's been a useful ally, but if we were to go if Boris were to go ahead and make good on his threats to Tyr, and we were to go ahead and somehow unite enough Sorcerer Kings to challenge and at least push back on Boris, if we were to defeat him, would Nibene become just as bad? Almost assuredly.
No, you might want to become the next Boris. You know.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, like all the other Sorcerer King.
Creating a power vacuum.
That's why
Yeah,
that's
and then
why the Archdevils don't rise up against Mr. Asmodeus, because then the second you're the weak one, you get stabbed.
well, the next enemy would be Umanu, I think.
I thought Nibene is a bit stronger, maybe not militarily, but in terms of overall influence and in the Tablelands, he seems like he's kind of got this. Well, maybe partly because of us, he's got this place pretty comfortably where he wants the Tablelands.
Nibene has
I mean,
better access to resources, and he also has more loyal followers than Hamanu does.
Whoa, really? More loyal?
Well, so Hamanu leads through fear, martial fear, because he is like the uber warrior, whereas Nibene is all about sort of manipulation, and
Templar wives.
He brainwashes all of his Templars from a very young age to be extremely loyal to him. And they're all raised in that inner secret city with no cultural access to the outside world. So they're like super dedicated from a very young age.
Yeah, like commune cult.
That's a cult. That's not allowed.
Right, but that does.
Yeah, it's like a cult commune.
That does mean he has extreme loyalty, whereas Hamanu's loyalty is only through fear.
You know, I was thinking about
more with commercial, or what would you say?
Yeah, Androponus is a bureaucrat. He's like a lazy bureaucrat that just wants to connive and lay around doing nothing of value. And occasionally he'll make an edict and send his armies to do stuff, but they haven't been super effective.
So again, like collapse of Rome type.
Yeah, he is a Caesar that cares little about his people and just wants to fiddle and watch the world burn.
But Nibene said that Hector Title of Dradge is just a coward and is not.
Yeah, he's weak.
Like someone to worry about.
He's weak and fearful, and he's also a tyrant. He enslaves everything through violence.
Salaxa is based in Dradge, right? House Salaxa,
yes.
the slave trading.
Correct.
The slave trading house, yeah.
That is their only industry, really, is slavery and whatever agriculture the slaves do.
It'd be cool to just knock out Dradge, wouldn't it?
Dredge would be like an easier target than Hamanu.
Yeah, more feasible. That might be one of our next target.
Well, Hamanu could have easily crushed us like a bug when we were in his sanctum.
I think we've agreed in the past that either Gulg or Dradge are like the two that are like the most ripe for attack.
Yeah, and Gulg,
Because if you can get rid of Gulg, that's going to make Nibene even more powerful. with even more dominant access to resources.
Yeah, have direct access to the entire forest there.
Yep.
Well, but if that tree goes down, what happens to the forest? Would it still be there?
Yeah. The forest is vast. The tree is just in the town.
Hmm. Okay.
The
I
tree
want
must.
that tree.
The tree must burn.
It's like an Yggdrasil from like one of the Secret of Mana games. It's just like a super tree,
Mhm.
magically
Yeah.
protected.
Well, okay. So right now we are working on fighting off some of these bandit lords and helping out um, our friend.
Yep. Um, one thing I was thinking is like that would be useful for our ship is if we had like a crew of scouts that we could send into different areas to spy for us while we're in a region like this.
Yeah, scouting
Here's the
party.
thing. I would like to be able to do that for you. I'm pretty fast. I don't know if I might be able to outrun the airship at least at night. I don't. Could a bat fly faster than an airship?
Yeah, maybe.
So if I could, scout and then report back, it's a possible option.
Yeah. Chris, you can save the game there. I packed up all the stuff on the table.
Additionally, I am a first level wizard. Expeditious retreat, or no, was it no long stride? That's the one that's longer lasting.
Well,
If I
that's one
Yeah.
thing for you to do some of these things, but like earlier on, like I was thinking while we were on the road and we met these the people from Herrick, and we were wondering, like while we were heading back to Kern, I was thinking like it would have been nice now to have like a crew that you send into
Yeah.
that direction. They do some spying, they do some scouting in the area for us, and then they come and report whenever they're done.
aren't there some animals that live in Athos that might be well suited to this task? I remember hearing about some things. It wasn't like a monkey type creature, but it was like a lizard, monkey-sized lizard that was really good at stealthy stuff. And I was thinking that maybe, well, especially with our druid or somebody, I don't know if animal handling would quite do it, but with telepathy, so there's a few people, on the ship who might be able to make good use of such creatures.
Mm-hmm. Some master spies with we need like what is the class? What is the class of the guy who was a ranger, I guess.
Mm.
Since the beginning of the game, we haven't seen any other rangers in the game.
Yeah, there was that one
Well,
who
between
died
our
from
druid-
the haste. And you've encountered a bunch of enemy rangers, like a lot of the
Oh, that's
halflings
true.
are rangers.
But
Yeah.
rangers would be a good class for us to like to get on our side.
Do you remember Psychofrog? His character was a ranger.
Yeah. Because they do have an animal companion, pretty much, and that could be one of those things.
Yeah, he had one of those dog
Well,
things I was trying to remember earlier.
What we need to think about is what information do we want? Do we want, how many people are there? Do we want to know
Yeah,
like specific?
basic stuff. Um,
Well, if it's basic, then animals could help. If we need to know, like, okay, what sigil did you see in the door? Like, which house is this? Or, what did they say when they were talking about this and that? Listening in on meetings, then that's going to be requiring more advanced help.
Yep.
So maybe that's like my
we could think about
purview.
it. And
Which, if it wasn't Oren, one of my paid spies could be doing that kind of thing.
yeah, exactly. Could have like a little
I've-
crew that you can.
Well, I've dumped a lot of money on. I mean, almost like 500 gold in terms of just annual fees of NPCs. I do have a little bit of money left that could maybe help to equip said people, um, and we could flesh out those NPCs as full characters, and
Oh, here it is,
yeah.
the Jakar. I was trying to remember the name of this creature earlier, the Jakar. This is what Psychofrog had as animal companion, like a little bulldog lizard.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun. It was different. It was a good character too.
Yep.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna go to bed, guys. But
Alright.
I'll
Good
see
night.
you guys later. Good night.
All right, good